Welcome to Confessions and Stories, your go-to escape into the world of story times and confessions. Here I read the internet's wildest, weirdest, and most unforgettable stories, from juicy drama to heartwarming moments and everything in between. Whether you're cleaning, relaxing, or just need a break, press play and let the stories unfold. There's new uploads every week, so hit that follow and settle in. You won't believe what people are confessing to. In this week's video, I am going to be reading the most cringe and spine-chilling confessions. The first one is, a guy I've been friends with for 40 years recently told me that one night when he was drunk and on drugs in his 20s, he beat a man with a fence post so severely that he's pretty sure he unalived him. My friend left the guy bleeding and unconscious on the ground in the middle of winter in New England. If he wasn't beaten to death, there's a good chance he succumbed to hypothermia. My goodness, if you know someone who was found in the middle of winter in New England that was beaten, hey, you might have a lead. You might have a lead. The next one reads, so my friends joke that my secret power is that once someone meets me, they divulge their secrets I never asked them to know. Years ago, when I was working at a truck stop in my hometown, I met a woman named Bridget. She cleaned the showers. Bridget told me she was a good Catholic, so when she found out she was pregnant after menopause, she had to keep the baby, which ended up being a calcified fetus. Then she told me she was Jeffrey Dahmer's prom date. What? Crazy, right? The next one reads, my mom got dinner with a high school friend, his brother and his father. She sent me a picture of all of them, and they looked like they were having a great time. She later told me that she had a 5-year-long affair with the father that spanned multiple cities, and the friend still does not know. I have no words at all. The next one reads, I have a co-worker who way overshares. I've reported him so many times. The cringiest things he's confessed are how he plans to unalive his ex-wife and the details of an abscess on his taint. It's a good thing that people are confessing all of these anonymously, because I cannot even begin to imagine how I would look at that person after I've heard such bizarre things coming out of his mouth. Oh, my goodness. The next one says, at my first real job, which was in accounting, I asked a co-worker who was maybe 5 to 10 years older than me if he was thinking about getting his CPA, which is a certified public accountant license. He sheepishly told me that he couldn't. I asked why not. He said, because I am a felon. You can't have almost any professional license in this state when you are a felon. He told me a few days later that when he was 18, he had fallen in with a hardcore fundamentalist church that was involved in an attempted bombing of an abortion clinic. Fortunately, The bomb malfunctioned, and he and his accomplices were caught and sent to prison for attempted unalivement and arson. He decided to renounce his beliefs and go to college when he got out. And he did. Guess good for you. I guess good for you, Mr. Accountant. Good for you. The next one says, I worked in a gift shop in a swanky neighborhood. One time, a woman came in looking around, and obviously, I asked her if she needed help. So we started chatting first about the product, but then she told me that she has no family because her dad unalived her mom and siblings. So now she's left with all the money. It was very creepy. And I was 18 and alone in that shop. Rich people problems, huh? Rich people problems. The next one says, I am very open-minded and interested when it comes to alternative lifestyles and hobbies. But when my friend told me she wanted to diddle a dog, then went out and bought a massive male German Shepherd, we stopped talking. No lie, I am still mind blown 20 years later. My goodness. I am mind blown for you, sis. I have no words. I have no words. What? So Anonymous says, this lady I had met a couple of times at a coffee shop told me her secret to attracting men. Oh. She said she sticks a finger in her vagina and dabs the secretion on her neck like perfume. She says it works like crazy. My jaw is on the floor. She continues to say, it was hard to keep a straight face when I saw her after that. I mean, forget about keeping a straight face. I don't even want you near me anymore, because what else are you applying on your body? What else are you applying on your body? I don't want to accidentally touch you or being in close vicinity with you where I can smell off those particles from whatever you are applying on your body. It's a health hazard. Goodness. Another one says, I was in a cab once, long before the days of Uber, and the driver nonchalantly told me about how he was stationed overseas. A brothel owner tried to pay him to deflower a minor. He claimed that he refused and sounded a bit traumatized by the incident. I have no words. Yo, I keep telling you that I don't believe what these people are confessing to. This is unreal. I cannot believe this. I can't believe this. Let me know let me know in the comment section which confessions had your jaw on the floor. Because wow. Ooh, what do you mean deflower a minor? Anonymous says, when I was a teacher, several teachers disclosed unprompted that they had incurable STDs. mostly cancer-causing strains of HPV or what? Get your HPV vaccine, yo. You better go get that HPV vaccine, yo. It's bad out here. It's very bad out here. But when somebody confesses to something, it means it's weighing down on them, right? Like they need to get whatever that is off their chest, because what? It's crazy. Such a crazy world out there. Another one says, after I had my son, we didn't get him circumcised. Oh, I don't like where this is going. I am scared. What's going on? I'm already traumatized. What's going on? So she says, after I had my son, we didn't get him circumcised. While on our way to our new home, we stopped in to see the in-laws so they could meet the baby. My mother-in-law was changing his diaper and said to me, "Oh, you didn't get his little hoo-ha cut." When I had my husband, which means when she had her son, they told me to leave it like his father's, so he'd know how to take care of it. But I still got my husband's son, which means he still got his son's hoo-ha cut, despite being told that he should leave it like his father's so that he would know how to take care of it. Even though her husband didn't, damn. And she says, and that is how I learned my father-in-law was not circumcised. And now you know my husband is. Yeah, sis, I guess now you know that your husband is circumcised and your father-in-law is not circumcised at his big age. Strange things happening out there. What are you doing out there in the world? What is this? Another one says, my Spanish teacher told us that her husband was an accessory to unalivement, and she frequently scared children by laughing scarily. What? This is not funny. This is not funny. That would have been the last time that lady saw me in her entire life. That is not funny at all. It's not funny. No. What? Okay, y'all, this is the last one. It says, senior year in high school, which was 30 years ago, my friend admits he is terrified to have copulation with his girlfriend. It turns out when he was 13 and living in another town, the very religious pastor's daughter, who was 17 at the time, had seduced him in the choir loft and gotten pregnant. She told her parents and they all met to discuss the situation. The girl, her father, who is the pastor, and the pastor's wife wanted the kids to get married, ignoring my friend's young age of 13. Gosh, my friend's parents noped out of there, moved to my town, and told him to pretend it never happened. He confessed to me that he felt terrible about abandoning his baby and was scared to have copulation again. I told him he had been sexually assaulted, and some of his fear could be from not dealing with the assault. He looked like he was going to be sick and said that was the first time it occurred to him that it could have been assault. I asked him if it would be okay if I went over to the middle school and started having copulation with a kid who was 13. He broke down crying. He talked to his parents into letting him go to therapy after that. Oh, my goodness. For the fact that it took your friend to shed some light and make you see that actually what you have been through, you are the victim. And you have no business feeling guilty about what happened because you were a 13-year-old victim. And what do you know about being a father at 13 years old when you are also a victim? This is disturbing, hey? This is disturbing. Anyway, thank you so much for making it this far in the video. Leave your comments. I'll be sure to respond to all of them. And catch me next week for the next video. Oh, I need to go sip some water and think about this. It's a lot.